Donte, did you guys give Matt a hard time about dropping that pass and making come on, man?
Nah, ain't nobody tell him. I didn't hear nobody tell him nothing yet, but I'll be sure to give him a little bit of it. I've been waiting for the right time though. I think he don't think nobody saw it, but he was like on "Come On Man" too. So I think a good amount of people saw him.
Stephon Gilmore back, whether that's this week or next week, what do you think he could help add to you all's defense?
Just get more depth, and the interesting thing about him is he can play everywhere at the secondary. And he's a veteran player who's been, like I said a couple weeks ago, he's been in the fire a lot. So he can definitely just give us just more confidence and more comfort back there. Just being that he can play everywhere, and he can help us. We're young. Keith, me, CJ. So he could definitely give us more eyes back there. Just more, like I say, more comfort.
You find yourself watching him a little bit during drills. I mean, when he's taking a rep and just seeing what he's doing and how he's been so successful.
When today?
In practice, like when you see him.
Today was his first day out there.
You've seen him on film.
Oh, I mean, yeah, in the past, most definitely. I've watched a lot of his film. I've been watching him play since before I got in the league when I was still in college, So definitely a lot of things that a lot of questions I've already asked, and just picking his brain about a lot. I'm sure I'm not the only one in the group that does that. We all pick his brain. We all ask a lot of questions just to see what he think about things. And we do the same thing to AJ. We do the same thing to Rashawn too. So just those guys who played a ton of ball, been in a lot of different situations. You just want to just hear their insight on things. Even situations that they haven't been in. Like I always ask like AJ, like, what would you have done right there? Or how would you have done that different or something like that? Just picking them guys' brain. You can, you never know what you can get just by, having a simple conversation. So.
Donte, along those lines, has there been a moment in the meeting room where you've been like, okay, this guy sees it differently than any particular thing?
I mean, I wouldn't say any particular thing because like he's so savvy, he's so smart about just football IQ is just high. So he does a lot of things and see a lot of things differently. So you definitely just want to ask as many questions as possible. Like I say, AJ is the same way. He's extremely smart out there on the field. He can see formations. He can see motions. He can see a whole lot of stuff. So like we just try to ask a lot of questions, try to see what those guys see. And AJ's in the nickel now, so he get kind of like a different perspective. Just asking him stuff. So.
Do you think you'll see more balls thrown your way when Stephon's on the field?
I mean, I feel like I'm getting a good bit, but I would think so. I also would think, and if you would ask him, he would think that he's gonna get a lot of balls thrown his way. We just all gonna be out there ready to go out there and play. So I hope.
How do you think Cole changed your secondary, and how do you think he'll potentially help you?
I mean, he's definitely well respected. But I would say I'm not a quarterback, but I would say he's definitely respected by most quarterbacks. So you would have to see it play out. But I'm sure that nobody's gonna be trying to go test the waters, like urgent to go test the waters. So who knows? We'll see.
What type of quarterback is?
Who's saying that? Oh.
What type of quarterback is Daniel Jones?
He's got great arm talent. He's really athletic. He can run with the ball. He can extend plays and still make throws. That's kind of what I see from him. I know that he's not afraid to show off his arm. He's gonna make some big time throws. His receivers do a good job of helping him out and catching good balls and catching explosives and 50-50 balls, stuff like that. But he definitely is a guy who's really athletic, who can run the ball, who's smart enough to read coverages. Good.
What is Keith Taylor showing
Who's saying
you?
that? I'm sorry, I can't see lips. I don't know.
What is Keith Taylor showing you with his increased play?
He's always ready to go, man. Keith has been a guy who's been like that since OTA, since the first time the rookies and the vets got together. He's just been a guy who asks a lot of questions, and every time he's in, he competes, whether it's with the ones, the twos, or the threes, or whoever. He always was a competitor, so we know like when it came time for Keith to get on the field, we always knew that he was going to be successful out there just for the amount of work that he puts in, on a daily basis since he got here.
So your tackling seems improved from early on in your career. Have you put any emphasis on that?
I always felt like I could tackle, man. I always felt like I can tackle. I obviously have missed some, but yeah, man, I feel like it's improved because obviously I'm missing less and I'm taking better shots and taking better angles. But I think that's been the main focus for me coming into this season. Just focusing on my angles. I know I can get there. I know I'm fast enough to get there, athletic enough to get there. But it's just about like my angles and coming in at the wrong angle. A guy can just have to stop and he can make you miss. So I think that was a big emphasis for me coming into this year. Was working on my angles. Like I said, I know I'm fast enough to beat blocks and I'm aggressive enough to come down and not be scared. But I just had to work on my angles and my approach and coming to balance and stuff like that.
Do you feel like the mentality is different towards tackling now than maybe earlier on?
Nah. I always was a willing tackler. From mental wise, I always was a guy who's gonna get up there and I'm gonna go shoot my shot and do it. I just like I said, I just been more, angle savvy and just trying to come in and just watching it on tape, watching corners come in and play off the edge and watch corners come in and play off screens. Just trying to get, just like I said, get angles down and but the aggression and the mentality was always there since Little League. So.
Matt said he wants to commit the offense to running the ball more. As a defender, when a team comes in and commits to the run game, even when it's not working great, what's that do to the defense?
I mean, get ready for a shorter game. I guess the clock is gonna be running. But I really don't know. I don't know. How the whole offensive mentality thing goes with running the ball. I mean, I know that being a defensive player, if an offense is having a successful run game, it opens up the playbook more for a defensive perspective. I know if a team's run game is working on us, I also know that it can open up the play action game. It can open up more chances for explosions, and it can wear on the defensive line and wear on those guys having to keep trying to get off blocks and make tackles. So I know that offense can definitely be successful in a whole lot of other areas if the run game is successful, and that's just from a defensive standpoint.
Losing streaks are tough. What's the vibe among the team, the sense of urgency that you guys have?
Just to fix us. I think that's been the main sense of urgency. That's been the main thing because when you watch the film, it isn't nothing fancy that other teams are doing to us, whether it's the other team's defense or the other team's offense or the other team's special teams. It's just been all us. It's been all, keying in on details, not really, going out there and locking in on the situations or attacking the situations. And like I say, everything just happens because we're not, being us. We have to just be us better. And I think that's been like the key points throughout this 3-game losing streak. When we get to places of adversity, we just kind of forget how to be us. And yeah, that's been the sense of urgency, especially this week, just getting back to us. Not nothing pretty, not nothing, extravagant, but just us, just our brand of ball and what we know we're successful at.
One or two more.
I'm sorry?
Have you talked to Bradberry this week?
No, not yet. We'll definitely talk though. Probably talk today. Knowing him, he'll probably call.
How close have you stayed in touch with him?
Oh, a lot. We actually talked like last week. Me and Bradberry talked like last week. That's still my guy. I learned a lot about this game. I learned a lot about this business and about this position from Bradberry. So he's a guy I always make sure I keep in contact with. He got a baby girl, and I have a baby girl and stuff. So we have a lot of things to communicate and talk to each other about. But he's definitely a guy who I make sure I reach out to, or he makes sure he reach out to me, just because we're so connected, with this game. So.
We go with Shannon and Jonathan.
Just looking at this Giants team, obviously they've had a lot of injuries, especially on offense, and just 1-5 now in the season with some tough losses. Do you still look at them though as a dangerous opponent coming up?
Most definitely. They have a lot of explosive athletes. We all know about the running back, Saquon, and the other guy they have. They're both are tough, downhill, explosive guys. We all know about the receivers, with Galladay and Shepard and and the '89 the rookie. So yeah, we definitely, it's not nobody and we're not in a position to overlook anybody. You know what I'm saying? We know, like I said, we've been just trying to chase our standard, and that's been the thing. So like I said, we're not in a position to overlook anybody. We just ready to come play this game. And one thing that is apparent, and one thing we do know, we'll be playing professional football players on Sunday. So it's not we're not in the business to overlook anybody. You just got to go out there and get ready to play our style of ball and our brand of ball, and we'll see where that takes us.
What area do you feel like y'all miss Shaq Thompson the most?
Just out of everything that he does physically, just his, just having that voice, just looking over and, not like seeing just Seven just out there. It's just his presence, really, his presence, his voice, his leadership. When you lose a guy like that, even though he brings so much physically and what he can do on the field from sideline to sideline, you kind of just miss just that voice of just hearing him, especially in times of like adversity, or times that we really need, Shaq, and we really need to hear him. We obviously have a lot of guys like Haas and Burns and myself, and guys who JC who can get the team going. But just when you're missing a guy like Shaq, regardless of who else you have to fill that role, you're gonna still be missing his presence out there. So.
Donte, what did you think of the news out of Baton Rouge this week with Coach O?
I didn't really get too much into it, but obviously it's something mutual that's going on down there. I haven't been back, or I haven't really got any information on it, but obviously it's something mutual down there, and you just for such a prestigious college program, you just hope everything gets worked out. What's best for the players and best for the program, and that's all I'm praying for. I'm just praying that everything get worked out, and that the players are comfortable with how everything get worked out, and they just go back to just locking in on football and making sure the football is right, and controlling what they can control. But I'm definitely just praying for everything to get worked out, and that those guys can just stay focused and take it game by game, regardless of blocking out all the noise and regardless of what's going on out there. So just praying for Coach O and his family and everybody who is going through what they're going through. So.